Okay, so this needs to be in your books by now. Enlargements and reductions. Alright, and the revision exercise, and then the answers to the questions that we did yesterday. Then I want you to please write this down, enlarging shapes. So that is when you're making something bigger, obviously. When you enlarge something, you're making it bigger. And when you make it bigger, you have to make sure that your sides are in proportion when you're making it bigger. So if you're making the top part bigger, you need to make the side part bigger as well, and then connect the two. Remember as well, when we did the rotation, translation, and reflection, that is the same as what? What's the opposite of similar? Congruent. So those would have been congruent, whereas enlarging and reducing is the same as similar shapes. So it's when you're making them bigger or smaller. Okay, similar shapes, just remember a reminder that they have the same angles and the sides are in proportion. And when they say to you factor of enlargement, so they're going to have in questions like this, they're going to show you 3. So that's my factor of enlargement. Alright? So that means that whatever I've drawn has to be 3 times bigger or 2 times bigger. Okay. So you're multiplying by that number. Okay. What I want you to do, you've gotten that full page, grid page from me. Okay. So you're going to take one of them. Remember you got 2. So you're going to take one of them. And you're going to count out 8 blocks down and 8 blocks to the side, and then you're going to cut out 6 of those for me. So I only use 2 rows. Okay, so count 8 blocks down for me on your page. So count 8 blocks down, and then you're going to cut along that line all the way to the end. Then you're going to do the same thing again. Count 8 blocks down. And then you're going to cut all the way down there. And then you're going to see, if you count 8 blocks to the side, that you're going to start creating little blocks. There's 6 of them that you should have. Okay. So, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why is this so small? Okay, so you're going to count 8 blocks down. Then you're going to take your scissors and cut along that line at the bottom. Making sense? So basically, I'm going to show you now with my ruler. So this is basically me cutting. Make sense? So I'm cutting that whole line off. So now I've got an extra page. And then I'm going to count 8 blocks to the side. There's my block. 1 block. Then I'm going to count 8 to the side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to cut. Second block. So you need to have 6 for me. That's exactly what I said. Okay, so you should technically be using 2 strips. So if you see here, I've got 2 open strips here. So that's what I use to do my 6 blocks. Do you need me to show you again how I did it? One more time. Okay, so you've got your block, or your blocks. Then you're going to count for yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to cut on the line. And I'm going to cut it all off. Okay? Then I'm going to count 8 blocks to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to cut down. So that means I've now got one full block. Okay, 8 by 8 block. You're going to see it's exactly the same as this one over here. Okay, so I need you guys to have 6 of them for me, please. Yeah, 6 of these little blocks. So if you take this, so remember I cut this way. So you should have one strip there and one strip at the bottom, and then you cut those into 3. So then it's 2 by 3 blocks. 2 strips cut into 3 8 by 8 blocks. Yeah. That's fine. Just cut the blocks away first. Thank you. After Jihad. Okay, so you need 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I've done, just that I count myself correctly here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I know, everyone's got to. You're supposed to be cutting out the one. Right, those of you who are done writing this note for me and who have done the 6 blocks, you're going to make sure that you have enough space and you're going to copy. Okay? So those that only need to start pausing the video. Okay, so just to show you here quickly before I go back to the notes, you're going to do this worked example for me. I've summarized this note over here for you. So you're going to take this on page 277 and it says, I want you to actually write this. So write worked examples. Make sure you have enough space. Okay, so just let me explain first. So you're going to write worked examples, enlargement. So you're only doing enlargement in these worked examples. Make sense? Okay, so you're going to say worked examples, enlargement. You're going to write down the question, and then you're going to draw the answer. So you're going to have your square, and you're going to draw the small square, and you're going to write down what that is next to it. So this is like your little blocks there. Okay, so you're going to use that, then you're going to write that. Then you're going to use your second one, draw it in color. Okay, so do this one in pencil. The original you do in pencil. Just wait. The original you do in pencil, and the answer you do in color. Okay, like we did yesterday. So you're going to do that for this one and for number 2. So it's got the same thing again. Okay, so just do that for me. It's on page 277. Yeah. It's better than you guys actually drawing the grid paper. And at least all you do is you just color in. Yeah. You guys, if you started this enlargement and reductions thing, you should have enough space for the first question. So number 1. You should have enough space for this. Okay? And then number 2 is maybe on a separate page. Right.
I still need a textbook first.
A textbook. Why don't you have a textbook?
I don't know. That was all it is. I did all the work first. I got it from Theo.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking now, if you don't have a textbook, there's a problem.
But it's probably in class now. It's fine.
Go ask Miss Rob if you can go see if it's in there. Okay, so I'm also going to do it with you. So I'll show you what your book should look like by the end. So you can start doing it in the meantime. Times. How many times it's enlarged by, basically. So that means that you're going to usually multiply. I've also got number 4s. It's weird.
Everything must be our class. Our class is not our class anymore. They're going to use it for the phys ed group. So everything has to be out.
Actually, Robert, let him go first, because he actually asked me first. Okay. It's 8 blocks. Oh, you mean 6 of these? Yes, 6 of these blocks. It looks right. Okay, but you don't have to just erase the 8 things. No, leave that. Leave that. $277.